everybody. Welcome to We Run on Reruns. I'm Amanda, and I'm here with my brother, Eric.
What's up, everybody? We are here with Friends Season 8, Episodes 7 and 8. These are the one with the stain and the one with the stripper, and boy, I'm telling you what. Season 8 is off to a bang. Love it. I'm really a big fan of Season 8 so far. The first 6 episodes, I haven't given anything less than an 8.5 as I'm looking at the ratings right now. And boy, there are some moments to be talked about in these two.
Based on title alone, I'm not going to lie. When I looked at the one with the stain, I'm like, which one is this? Then it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that title. Like, when we go back and talk about different titles, they could have just called this the one with the maid.
Yeah.
I would have understood
the one with the
that.
jeans. I would have understood the one, maybe the one with the stolen jeans. I don't know. That would have been more memorable. Or, yeah, just the one with the maid would have been a lot more obvious.
The one where Ross learns Dutch?
Yeah. Yeah.
The stain, right. I mean, yeah, the stain was a part of this story, obviously, but it was such a small thing.
Right. It wasn't even the main part of that storyline. So
no.
The one where Monica goes crazy, but that's a little too broad, I don't know. But okay, to remind you where we were at during our last episode of Friends, though, we had Chandler's coworker thinking that his name was Toby.
Yep. Phoebe
was dating Monica's sous chef. Joey set Rachel up on a date with the Days of Our Lives actor. We also saw Rachel trying to bond with the trick-or-treat kids while handing out candy. Ross and Chandler arm wrestling while Ross was Sputnik and Chandler was the big pink bunny. And finally, we saw Phoebe meeting Eric, played by Sean Penn, who was Ursula's ex-fiance. Well, fiance at the time, though. And but she learned that Ursula had really been lying her pants off to him, which is really no surprise at all. And I think as we talked about, I'm pretty sure that's the last time we ever see Ursula. So
well, while that may be, we do see Eric again. We see him in this very next episode, and I'm not going to lie.
Yes.
I forgot we saw him a second time.
Yeah. It's a pretty strange, even for Phoebe. This is a lot.
Listen,
this is not advised.
Well, no.
This is not advised.
No, it's not.
To be behaving this way.
No, it's not. That being said, let's just talk about this first one. So we've got episode 7 of season 8, which is the one with the stain. And in this one, we have 3 separate storylines. And as I mentioned, we have Eric and Phoebe. Phoebe actually gets a phone call from Eric, and the two of them decide that they're going to go on a date. We also have Monica and Chandler hiring a maid for Monica to help clean the apartment, and Monica's reaction to that. And we have Rachel deciding that she's going to move out of Joey's apartment before the baby comes, and Ross then saying, there may be an open apartment in my building. Let's take a look at that. But before we dive into those, let's double back, and we're going to start with Eric and Phoebe going on their date, which gets real weird. Amanda, go for it.
Well, go for it.
Listen, you said something about this being unadvised, and I feel like you might want to, let it out there. Why is this so unadvised?
Well, because for the obvious reasons of, even her own... Well, actually, they really don't. I was going to say her, spidey senses go off, but they really don't. You see Phoebe being, fully into this and really not thinking it's weird initially.
Yeah.
And I got to say, that's a stretch. Even for Phoebe, I feel like she would not, if one of her friends was doing this, I feel like she might be the first one to stand up and say, yeah, this is maybe not great. This is not a good look.
Ross would be the first one because he's already done stupid things like that right as he goes and then does it himself.
Yeah.
But that being said, I will say this is the second time that we have now watched Phoebe chase after one of Ursula's exes or people affiliated with Ursula. And the fact that I totally forgot, like I said, that they brought this story back and that they actually flushed out the, Phoebe dates Ursula's ex story in a second episode and why it went poorly. We didn't need to explain that. We know why it's going to go poorly, but, we have this moment where, she arrives just after apparently Eric has seen Ursula and he's like, I just hate everything about her. I just hate looking at her face. And she's looking right at Phoebe, who has the same face. And it's like, right. He's like, oh, I know. And he goes to reach for his eyes. And I love Phoebe being like, don't tear your eyes out. Like, oh my God. No, I'm just going to take out my lenses. Oh, yeah, try that. Do that.
Which, that's a great long-term fix. Like, right. What are we doing here? I will say, I guess this guy is a few notches above the stalker. If we have to rate the guys side by side as to which is the better choice, like this guy or Ursula's former stalker. Okay, Eric is a bit better, not by much. I don't know. Eric. Well,
on paper he looks pretty good, but here's the problem. Yeah, the things that he looks bad about are because Phoebe reminds him of Ursula because she looks exactly like her.
Right. So my thought, like, is Phoebe thinking, oh, well, I know I have the attraction piece in the bag, like physical attraction because he was already with Ursula. So check. I already know that that's good. And I'm just the better version of Ursula, which Phoebe clearly is.
And I think Phoebe does like all of the things Eric is on paper, like the idea that he was in the Peace Corps and is a teacher and is does charity work and is involved in things like that. I think she likes that about him too. Yes,
absolutely. Right. But it's only a problem when I look at you. Great line. But then they just kind of dive right into making out, which then Phoebe has to go to work. And that's when Eric makes the giant mistake. While Phoebe is away at work, he thinks Phoebe's actually come back from work, slept with him, but oh no, that was Ursula, because Ursula, I'm sure when he even said Phoebe's name, probably just disregarded him completely and just kept rolling with it, because Ursula is a bit of a psycho. So this is just horrible, and I'm glad that it quickly ends the Eric storyline.
This is not good. It's not good.
You're not coming back from this, buddy.
Nope.
This is not.
Nope. There's no redemption here. And if there was ever a question in Phoebe's mind, you should that you should not be part of this scenario. Right. This is now the nail in the coffin. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
No. And like this explains why this was a bad idea in the first place. And in all honesty, I don't know that this story is so funny that it is worth flushing out. Don't get me wrong. I'm never upset that you brought Sean Penn back into the fold. Right? He's good. Mm-hmm. I like his line about Blursula. You're blurry, but you still look like Ursula. You're Blursula. Like that. I laugh at that a little bit. Yeah. That's about all we got here. I don't know that this needed a full flight. I think we could have seen Eric walk away at the apartment and known this isn't working out for them.
And it's kind of unfortunate because, face value, like you said, it really seems like they actually have a lot in common. They're both a little bit quirky in their own ways and kind of seem like a good match if it wasn't for the whole Ursula of it all, which is way too significant to look past. So it's just kind of sad for Phoebe because it's another failed attempt at something that could have been cool. But Phoebe, you should have seen the writing on the wall here. This was it was never going to work out. Eric, I had to make note of her at the beginning of this episode.
Yes.
Did you like how she, do you know what I'm going to say? She cancels with Ross.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah. So she just says to Ross, like, "Oh, sorry, Ross, I have plans now." Because clearly, if we remember back to the episode with Joey, where she made this huge deal about not being able to cancel lunch with Joey because you never do that. You never cancel lunch with friends for a date. But Joey felt very differently about this. And just didn't even bat an eye at canceling lunch with Ross. So I guess she has moved on from that philosophy. She has passed those principles, right?
It was also noteworthy that she got this call on a cell phone in Central Perk.
Oh, that too. Yes.
Like there were a few moments early on when Eric called her and she's like, "Oh my God, I never get calls." And then she starts talking to Rachel mid-call and she's like, "What do you say?" She's like, "Shh, I'm on a call." Like, it was very interesting behavior from Phoebe in this one. Nevertheless, we move. So let's talk about the stain, I suppose, the maid situation here. Yes. And we'll talk about Chandler deciding to hire a maid to help do cleaning around the apartment, cleaning around Monica's apartment.
Okay. Yeah. This is just a giant plot hole waiting to happen, but okay.
I mean, listen, I can understand Chandler thinking hiring a maid would be awesome because then I don't have to clean anything. But this is what Monica
Chandler
does.
Ever have to clean? Yeah.
Well, never, because this is what Monica does.
Yeah, this is weird. This is unnecessary. Clean what? I ask you this. Clean what?
I like that he said to the maid, I find it. She mentioned that she adored the way Monica arranged the sponges, and he said, "Yeah, yes. I remember her saying it because I thought it was a joke."
Yeah, no. We all did, buddy. Yeah.
No, apparently not so much.
Well, but even Monica says, "By maid, I hope you mean mistress, because if some other woman was here cleaning, like,
I just." This, listen, this storyline, I think, brings out the best in Monica. Watching Monica react to having a maid is great. Great. Yeah. I love it. And the maid, by the way, is Arden Mirren, who I feel like I've seen in a few other things, but maybe not.
She looked familiar to me. I looked her up. I didn't I thought that I recognized. You know who I thought she was, Eric? Not to go on a total tangent, but I will hear this for a moment. Hey, we do
tangents here. Go ahead.
We do here. Scott's sister on 90210 Beverly Hills, the early years. Scott.
Wow, you're going all the way to the back.
David Silver's friend who accidentally shot himself.
Yeah.
Scott Scanlon. His last name just popped into my mind. He had a sister, and I do not remember her name, but she looks a lot like this woman. And I'm going to have to look up Scott Scanlon's sister. I think it was Susie. If I'm not mistaken, Sue Scanlon but she was portrayed by this woman. Her name is Nicole Tom, is her real name. And in this role, to me, they looked very similar. I thought that might have been her, not her, but I didn't know if that's who you were thinking of.
No, I definitely was not thinking of Sue Scanlon. That is not a poll that I was about to make.
Okay.
But I will say, this actress, Arden Mirren, has been in a number of different things. She was in 2 episodes of Psych, which is probably where I'm remembering her from.
Okay.
But she's been in a ton of other things, like Grey's Anatomy is one. Let's see here. What was the other one that I saw on this list? She was in one of the Muppets movies. She was in, I guess, what is this? A Snowy Day in Oakland. And The Marvelous Mrs. Wait, these are like
Oh, Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Maisel are like things that she's known for.
Oh,
I don't. The answer is I don't know her. I thought
we don't know who the hell this person is.
No, I don't recognize her from something else. But she did look familiar to me. But apparently, I'm also thinking of somebody else. But I may be thinking of Psych because I did like that show.
That would make sense.
And I have seen that show a number of times.
Yeah.
That being said, getting into the Monica of it all. First of all, I just want to point out. I said this is when Monica's at her best. I think season 8 Monica is pretty great because we are now away from about to be a bride Monica and into just Monica and Chandler being married, like no plans on the horizon, just existing in the world. That's great. This to me is much better comedy, where Monica is saying, she stole my jeans. I could tell because it's got like this stain in the crotch, which she can't see, but she's gonna see. And then she stole my bra. It's that pink flowery one that I always wear. You could tell because it's got like a tear on the cup. Like, first of all, you want Chandler to see this girl's bra. Yeah. How is he supposed to get to that level?
Oh my, this whole thing is crazy. And I love how Rachel's like, you mean the one you're wearing? Like,
yeah, she's wearing the
lost
bra.
Her mind.
And Rachel had stole the pants.
Had stole the pants, which this tracks, okay? Like, these things, although Monica wearing the bra and not knowing, to me, I had a little bit of an issue with that because I feel like Monica is very on top of her stuff and, like, knows where everything is at all times.
But listen, this is Monica just being mad that this other person is here cleaning, so she's, like, enraged about the whole thing.
Yes, yeah, she's blinded now to, like, logic. It's all gone out the window.
Because personally, I liked Chandler's response where he's like, is it possible that the jeans company made a second pair? It's like, right. Even if she's got the exact same jeans, maybe she just bought her own pair of jeans. Is that possible? Yes.
Well, and I also like Chandler's comment, like, I think you might need new clothes because it's like she's talking about her stains and her rips and everything is like falling apart. It's like, what's going on here? I have to say, Courtney Cox in general, like, she just had, to me, this is her looking fantastic too. I mean, she always looks great, but I love her in this season. She is like had a total glow up and I think is like in her prime here. So this is like her hair is like fantastic. Just her whole look, she's glowing, which works really well for the storyline, as well. So just have to point that out.
It's funny you say this because, I'm not opposed to, circling the Reddits and the how you do in Reddit. I know specifically is a really good one, but there are plenty of others. And there was this one person who made a post fairly recently that said it had a picture of Courtney Cox and it kind of looked like how she looks right now. And it just said, tell me that she's not the most beautiful actress of the, decade or whatever.
Yeah.
And, there were a lot of people who were bringing like other people to the table. And it's like, there were also a lot of people in the Reddit saying, listen, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like no one could be the most beautiful because everyone's going to think somebody's more beautiful than the other person. So I'm not here to debate that. But the idea that there are people that put her in that area, like for sure. I would say, and I know she has said personally herself that she did a lot of like cosmetic work after Friends and it went really bad.
Yeah.
And I know that she has said that she regrets making some of those choices and
she has. Okay.
And I think she is starting to like let some of that go and it's just becoming a little bit better as she goes. Yeah. And it's like, yes, do that, please. Because you were absolutely stunning and there's nothing wrong with aging. Like that's just
no, it's sad that there is just I cannot imagine being an aging actor in Hollywood, both male and female. Like it's like just dealing with aging, and because your face is in the spotlight, and trying to compete with all the other faces in the spotlight. And like
I will say,
and everyone was making a lot of those choices. That was very trendy, and I think there's like this trend now that is going against that though, which is good.
This is what I was just gonna say. I think at the time it was incredibly like, well, what do you mean? You're not doing plastic surgery? You have to be doing plastic surgery. And now a lot of people have seen the outcome of some of that plastic surgery. And so people are saying like, no, just let it, like, being natural is the way to go. And it's like, yes, that is correct.
And there's even some things that stars are doing that are just far less extreme, where it's like, hey, you can do like a face peel and like still like, work out some of like the signs of aging without like injecting things into your face, right? Like without doing like fillers and stuff. So I just think there's just things go into the extremes sometimes, and I get it. It's like, but I'm glad it's interesting. I didn't know that she had kind of
I looked into this afterwards, and I know there were at least a couple of articles where it was giving quotes of her saying things along those lines. Now,
that makes sense. Yeah.
Now, again, it's the internet, so I don't have firsthand knowledge of all this, but like this, what I feel as though I've seen enough of that it's probably based in some reality. But again, it wouldn't surprise me that would be her take on this either. Also, because if you looked at her in Friends, and then you looked at her and say like Cougar Town, and then you look at her and you look at her now, it's been like the quotes track that she is disappointed and has taken steps and is now looking better than she did even 10 years ago.
Absolutely. So, yes, agreed.
That being said, this was bad for Chandler. This was just not a good idea. I don't understand why he thought this was a good idea. I mean, I can understand him thinking, hey, I'm making a decent amount of money now. Like, maybe we should get a maid. That'll take some of the stress off of Monica, and maybe she won't be so mad about it. But
have
you just met Monica?
Yeah. I mean, listen, this maid is out of here. She's done, which I do not blame you. You should probably leave.
Well, when you
this is from an outside perspective, these two seem psychotic and maybe are trying to murder her.
Listen,
so I don't know.
Monica stuck her head between this lady's legs to inspect
I'm sorry,
the
your
crotch.
wife is a lesbian. Is what she said. To
I
Chandler,
do like that she was cleaning the coffee table and Chandler just rolls up next to her. One leg on the floor, one leg on the coffee table, trying to look down her shirt. And then she looks at him and he's like, this is where I lean. like that's some sort of regular statement that gets made every day.
This was really a funny episode with both Chandler and Monica, I have to say.
Absolutely.
I like both of them in this one,
I'm not going to lie. I actually had a very difficult time picking like least favorite from these two episodes because I feel like everybody did very well. So that just goes to show where we're at here. But let's move into this next episode, or not next episode, but next storyline here, which is Rachel deciding, that she's going to move out of Joey's apartment, at least in her mind. And Ross, knowing that there's an opening for an apartment in his building, which means he can stop by whenever he wants, or, with permission. And and he can help take care of the baby. And Rachel doesn't want the baby's first words to be, "How you doing?" Which is fair, because also, bringing in a baby and then living with Joey is not exactly great. But through all this, Joey's the one who comes up. He's like, listen, I could use a challenge. It's getting pretty easy. And also, maybe if she doesn't want to be around a baby, that's not the person I want to be around. And it's like, hey. Or maybe they'll just do it in the club. Yeah,
I'm like, Joey, really? I don't know. Is Joey really going to clubs. I don't know. We never see that. So when he said that, it kind of stuck out to me.
I feel like he said it because
Joey After Dark.
You want to have this vibe as Joey being the single one who's always on the prowl and always getting the girls. Yeah. But at the same time, like, we don't really see him going to like the bar and going to the clubs and going out. Like, he goes to the coffee shop and comes home.
The untold story of Joey Tribbiani.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
It might be a little bit late for
It's a lot late for that. But Matt LeBlanc is not doing that. In fact, I think Matt LeBlanc is the only one who has said, like, I make enough off Friends, I don't have to do anything.
I don't blame him. I mean, I
was like,
I
fair.
do not blame him for that. Did you ever see what was the show that he came out with where it's like he also played an actor who wasn't doing so great? Episodes?
Episodes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, it was.
It was good. I liked it.
I saw the first handful of episodes of that. I did not watch the full series. But
I liked it better than Joey.
It was pretty. Oh, yeah. No, Joey was a bust. But like Episodes was pretty good. And he was basically like memeing himself the whole time. It was kind of good. I did like that show. I did not watch the whole thing, but I did watch parts of it. Yeah.
I think I watched the whole thing, but it wasn't.
I don't even know how long it was on for. But I think it won like a Emmy or something, like a Golden Globe at one point. Whatever the things are. Yeah, I think so. Episodes.
Oh, okay.
Pretty
Hold on. Let's see. Oh my God, there were 5 seasons.
There you go.
Holy wow. Okay. I don't think I did not see this entire show either.
No, I
think 2011 to 2017. Wow.
Yeah, I watched the first season, I think. I think my wife
might have to revisit this. Okay. Interesting.
It was nominated, by the way. Nominated for 10 different Emmys.
Well, just to be nominated.
Well, there you go. Well, and what is it? Matt LeBlanc, outstanding lead actor in a comedy series. 1, 2, 3, 4 times.
Okay.
During this, and then some others as well. But there, I mean, this show was good.
Not bad.
No, but the show was good.
Yeah. I might have to revisit that at some point.
It was on Showtime, I think. And so
it was. Yes. Showtime. Yep.
I watched it, and then I think we gave up our Showtime subscription, so I was like, oh well. It was the only thing I was watching there, so it wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah. All right.
And it was live. It was like coming out one a week. So I couldn't binge watch the whole thing and then be done with it.
Right. How did we even get on that tangent?
By the untold stories of Joey Tribbiani.
Is
what you were going for.
I'm like, how the heck did I even get there?
I'm here to reel it back in. Don't worry.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you. It's like we didn't really need to see just the fact that Joey said that he was clubbing though. It just stuck out to me because I'm like we just don't see that at all. So I don't know.
No, I will say I like seeing the Ross and Rachel side of this story though.
Yes.
This is where we get to see like the repair of a potential relationship starting 100%. To get done. Like we see Ross being like, hey, listen, I know that Joey, you don't want to be with Joey and everything, but like, why not still be close to where I am, right? You can be in my building. You can have your own place.
It makes sense.
It totally makes sense, which is why like Ross is trying to learn some key Dutch phrases because apparently the place that he thought was owned by this woman who had passed away, who didn't actually pass away, but she spoke Dutch, and he told like the daughter that he spoke Dutch, so he was trying to learn a couple phrases that he could say to her, all in the name of getting Rachel this apartment. Yeah. And so when the woman does pass away and Ross does get the apartment for Rachel, she turns it down. Just, I think I'm just going to stay here with Joey.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. I feel like that is the worst decision.
This makes no sense at all. And Ross just did this huge thing. I mean, once again, the argument can be made that it's like Rachel she is just brutal to Ross time and time again, where it's like, I feel like she just takes his kindness for granted. He just keeps like going out of his way to do like these super thoughtful, nice things. And it's just like, I'm just going to stick it out in here. It's like, what? You just got this. Oh, okay.
Like, you made the decision on your own that it was a better idea not to be with Joey. Joey convinces you that you should stay. Now, you and Ross have also like started to apartment hunt and found this place that would be great, not just for you, but also for Ross, the baby's father.
Yes.
And when he finds you this amazing place, which we have known through all the apartment hunting storylines that Friends has put on, that is not easy to do, that they are now finding this great place in a perfect location for Rachel to be on her own.
It's
to
horrible.
Just throw it away, to not even go look at it.
No sense. It's like, so okay, Joey did a nice thing. He like got some random crib with a rat in it from the street. Okay, like I don't know, and like wheeled it in. It's a hilarious storyline. Like, listen, obviously we love the idea of Rachel and Joey being roommates, and it's just funny to think about like having a baby living in this apartment. Yeah, we don't want to make Joey sad, but this is not practical. This makes no sense. Like, Joey would get over this so fast, and he would just be like, "Oh, okay, I understand, Rachel." You know what I mean? And yeah, like, Joey would be lonely living alone. I think Joey really does not like living alone, you know? And I think, but he's doing fine financially now. You know, he has a solid job. He doesn't need you to help with the bills, which was at one point a struggle. When Chandler moved out.
That was a real thing at one point in time, but that's no longer a thing. He's been working on Days of Our Lives for a while.
Yeah, and now he still has Chandler and Monica across the hall, so they're right there. Ross would be really close to Rachel. I mean, this would just make so much more sense. Not as much tension, so that's why we didn't do it. But it's like, oh God, this is wild that she did not just jump at this chance. I mean, and the fact that if I was Ross, I would have put up way more of a stink about this. You know, it's like, hello, like, he kissed her too. He kissed this old woman as her dying wish.
He did. You know, I feel like there's just there was something here that it's really nice to see Joey in like a grown up spot now. Like, he's potentially like evolving and not wanting to just date. But you could fix all of it. Real easy. Like the idea that, I mean, don't get me wrong, Rachel saves money this way, right? Joey and Rachel both save money this way. True. Because now Rachel isn't paying her own rent and Joey's paying his own rent. They're splitting the rent, I assume.
Absolutely.
So there's money savings by her staying there. Practically, though, especially when you are now bringing a baby into this world, also being near the father of the baby is not a bad thing, especially since you and the father of the baby get along real well. I get it if that's not the case, but in this case, it is the case. You do get along. So like making it easy for not just you, but also for him is worth it.
Yeah, this is tough. This is a really tough choice. And the fact that she kind of just like disregards Ross entirely here, it's tough. It's a tough scene. I don't know, like that she just blows it off so easily. And Ross again, like, I just felt like he really bent over backwards to try to figure this whole thing out, and it just
well, also noteworthy from this storyline though, we get to learn that Gunther knows Dutch.
Hey, Gunther does know Dutch.
And I have not decoded what they said in Dutch, and I don't want to. I make it up in my head. So now we've got episode 8 of season 8, which is the one with the stripper. And in this one, we really have 2 separate stories. And I'll not lie, when I heard the one with the stripper, I immediately in my head thought of Danny DeVito.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, that's where I went with this, and that was wrong, and we move forward. Was that a while ago? I think that's still coming, isn't it? It's still coming.
No, that happened.
No, it didn't. Oh, Amanda.
Wait. Oh my God.
Whose party is that for, Amanda?
Oh my God.
Who is he stripping for?
That was Phoebe.
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's when Phoebe gets married?
Yeah. That's the future.
Gosh. Wow.
Okay, now that we've got that ironed out.
Oh my God, you guys, this is bad. This is I am a goldfish. I like really.
So anyway, this is the one with the stripper, not Danny DeVito, not for Phoebe's wedding, which is not coming soon. That is down the line. But we have the stripper being ordered by Monica to come over and strip for Chandler for his bachelor party, because Chandler and Joey and Ross all learned that, Monica had a bachelorette party, a secret bachelorette party, and Chandler never got to have one, and Joey is real mad about it. So she decides to hire a stripper for Chandler and Joey, only for the 3 of them to have their own bachelor party post-wedding, which already is weird. But then Ross, of course, can't make it because he's going on a date with Mona that night, in which Chandler says, hey, don't worry about it. I wouldn't expect you to cancel an actual date to come to my fake bachelor party, only to switch to see Joey canceling his date to make sure that he is going to this fake bachelor party. On the other hand, Rachel is going to dinner with her dad to tell him that she's pregnant, and she's begged Phoebe to come along with her. So Phoebe and Rachel are out on a dinner date, and Ross is now going on a date with Mona as Chandler and Joey are preparing for their bachelor party that Monica has ordered a stripper for. And these 3 stories all kind of just merge together, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, they really
kind
do.
of 3 times there.
They kind of do. More than kind of. They really are very there isn't a whole lot of divide here. Obviously the bachelor party.
The bachelor party and the dinner are somewhat isolated, but then all moments converge
right
at the end. And so I guess let's start here with just the bachelor party.
Yeah.
And so we've got Joey and Chandler sitting at this bachelor party, only for there to be a knock on the door, and the stripper has arrived. And she comes in and asks where the bedroom is and walks into the back bedroom. And then, lo and behold, they find out that she's already stripped and she's actually a hooker.
And Eric, do you think that they did this, just to take it a step back here? Do you feel like they did this because they realized after the fact, like, oh, we never did that stage in the marriage process?
No, if you're asking me why this storyline exists, I think the point of this storyline is 100% what they get to, which is when Joey says to Chandler, hey, you got to make her leave. It's your bachelor party. And he's like, that's the reason why you should be the one to make her leave, because it's my party. And they do, okay, well, rock, paper, scissors to see who has to tell the whore to leave. And they go to do rock, paper, scissors. And Joey is just like, I miss this. We never get to do this anymore. And Chandler's like, I don't think we've ever done this. And the whole idea of
just a Chandler Joey
moment. And not
bromance.
just them having a moment, but noting that the show has not had Chandler and Joey doing the Chandler Joey stuff for a while. And people
I miss this,
people want that back. And so Chandler is saying, like, hey, listen, how about going forward, we just make some time to do this. And they like hug it out. And I think that's almost a note to the audience, like, hey, we're just going to put this in. We're going to build it in. Like, and
okay, I like that.
And I think that's the transition point for this whole thing. And I'm so glad that they did. Now, of course, this gets Monica running into the apartment yelling, she's a hooker, she's a hooker, oh, hi. We talked on the phone.
Oh my God.
Which is such a weird thing. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, I know. We also get the moment where we realize that Monica got this person's name from that guy at her work, her employee.
Dragon.
I'm like,
that's,
my God,
that's
the guy
Dragon.
who's called Joey Dragon.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. It's
amazing that they brought him back. That's like a 4 or 5 year callback at this point.
I know, right? Yeah. Yeah. It's oh gosh. So, but no, that makes total sense as like a plot device why they had this built in, because I made note of that too. It's like, oh yeah, they really haven't had those moments, and maybe that's why, like, I think for several episodes where Chandler has often been one of our favorites, it's like, oh, he's just not as like silly and as his like classic Chandler self. Like, I feel like when he is alongside Monica, as we see him when he's with Joey.
So I think he hasn't been for a season.
Yeah.
Because the prep for the wedding forced Monica to be doing things with the girls, which left Chandler isolated a lot. And so in the very last episode with the stain, we see Chandler like interacting with the maid and like talking to Monica and being very demonstrative and having all sorts of jokes. With the Halloween party, it was like him against Ross, and that was like a good moment, Bunny versus Duty, right?
Yes.
We had other moments since the idea, since the one with the videotape kind of like ended the who came on to whom incident. And now we know Ross is the dad, and we kind of go on from there. But we're starting to get back into Chandler being a more funny character. And I think this is also noting, hey, we're going to just start letting the friends be friends again. Now that we are out of the wedding and we are out of the who is Rachel's, baby daddy. And here we are, let's figure this out. And so I think seeing this with Joey and Chandler, also having Monica be way looser, like it's just more funny seeing Monica in this way versus how she's been for a season. I really think the wedding kind of like hamstrung a lot of storylines.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. I agree with that. Love Monica and Chandler as a couple. I think it's great.
Oh,
and I think watching them go from unexpectedly dating to hiding it from everybody to engaged to married and going forward, I think it's awesome. But I do think after rewatching it with a more careful eye that season 7 really like not just hamstrung Monica and Chandler, but also all of the other characters.
A little bit. Yeah. Agreed. Right. It was definitely more notable when we're looking at it like with a magnifying glass as we have been. So right. It didn't really stick out in the same way.
So I really think this scene with the stripper is more impactful just as kind of almost a message to the audience. Like, we're just going to do this more often. We're going to find ways to get Chandler and Joey doing Chandler and Joey stuff. And Monica seems to be coming back into form, which is great. And so we're kind of seeing the characters almost relax a little bit, which is nice. Yeah. But we do still have this amazing scene with Dr. Geller. This is his, I believe, last scene. I think you said that early on. This is his last moment here with us.
I believe so. Yes.
This episode with him and Mona and Ross. Although I don't know that for a fact, but I think that was what you had said.
I'll do a quick.
So this here though, with Rachel and Phoebe and Dr. Geller sending back the 74 Lafitte. Because it's just sewage. He ordered a 75, and the waiter being mad, and then him running off after the waiter, except he wasn't actually chasing the waiter. He was actually going to the bathroom, is great. And having Phoebe be the one to just break the ice for Rachel is also good. Like, that's why you bring Phoebe along.
Yes. And so I will say, though, this is the second to last. He also does appear in season 10, episode 15, the one where Joey speaks French. And this is when he has the heart attack.
Oh,
and he's in the hospital bed, right?
Yes.
Remember, Ross is like visiting with Rachel with him and like gets stuck in the room alone. Yeah.
There you go.
That's great. So another moment with it. But this is, oh my God, Dr. Green at like his finest and worst, I guess, at the same time. It's like
finest and worst, but best.
Horrible. Wow, he is so rude. Oh my God.
Well, having Phoebe say, when Rachel says, "Well, I got TiVo." Oh, he's asking what's new.
TiVo?
What's TiVo? Oh, it means pregnant. It's slang for pregnant.
It's a slang for pregnant. Oh, Phoebe. I love that, though. It's like, way to drop the bomb here.
Like, let's just rip the Band-Aid. Here we go.
Yikes. Phoebe's all about ripping the Band-Aids off.
Phoebe's telling Tag he's the dad, and out here, we're like, ripping Band-Aids up. Like, she just does not care.
But meanwhile, she's off dating Ursula's ex. I don't know. It doesn't really track, but okay.
So anyway, she does this, and Rachel comes to, and you know what? Like, to Dr. Green's credit, he actually warms up to the idea fairly quickly that he's going to be a grandfather. He's going to be a poppy, and he's so excited about that until he realizes that they're not getting married.
Right.
And this is where the scenes collide, as all the stories come together, as Dr. Green... The next moment we see him, he is knocking on Ross's door, interrupting his date with Mona, just yelling something like, "You think you could get my Rachel pregnant and not marry her?" Or something along those lines.
I love because Rachel tells her dad that Ross said, "I'm damaged goods." Like, she makes him think that Ross has rejected her because she's pregnant. I'm like, oh, this is bad. This is really bad, Rachel. My God.
Yeah. Wow. So Ross takes the bullet, apparently, and Dr. Green shows up, and we have just an amazing scene of Ross trying to tell Dr. Green that he offered to do all these amazing things for Rachel, but she turned him down, while then turning to Mona and saying, "But I didn't want to."
Yes.
Oh my! Like,
Ross's initial reaction, where he's like, this just really isn't a good time.
Yeah.
It's this back and forth exchange between Ross and Dr. Green. If you haven't seen this recently, you got to go back and watch this episode. This moment in particular is so funny with David Schwimmer. Like, he just plays them both so well, going back and forth, and it's just classic Ross chaos, and him saying like, "Well, I offered to marry her, yet not that I wanted to."
Right. And the cherry on top of this whole thing is when the phone rings and he goes to get it, except Dr. Green does not get out of his way. He's like, "Well, just let the machine pick it up." And so the machine picks up, and it's Joey saying, "Hey, Ross, it's Joey. We got a hooker over here, and we thought you might have something to do with it. Just call me back." And he's like, no, I need to sit down.
And that's
really the end of that scene. But it is just the way to connect the bachelor party to Ross and just make Ross's world fall down around him all at once. Awesome. I can't say enough good things about how that sequencing went and how well Ross tried to bounce both Mona and Dr. Green and try and balance it by coming out of that by looking like he did the right thing for Rachel while at the same time still trying to date Mona. Oh, it was amazing.
This is when, though, I gotta say, girl, Mona, I start judging you a little bit after this point, because if there's anything but a red flag, I mean, this is it, right? Like, this is the most giant red flag. You have this guy who's, I don't know, failed to let you know of this like massive thing that's going on in his life. He's not only like having a baby, but it's with his very close friend and former girlfriend who lives right there, you know what I mean? And it's like just the fact that he's avoided telling you this at all, it not good. And then this whole scene where you learn a lot of information rapid fire. Oh, run for the hills, Mona, run for the hills, but you do not. And even this whole scene with Rachel coming up here, right? Where you have Rachel coming over, she's like apologizing, and then like this is wild, the fact that Mona doesn't leave.
Yeah, so in between we have the scene where Ross goes to Joey's apartment to confront Rachel about all of this going on and is like, what have you done? Like, how could you leave me out to dry like that? And I believe he opens the door and goes, so your dad dropped by. He's a pleasant man.
Oh.
And she's like, oh no. And Phoebe is perfect. She's like, oh, I should get out of here. And like puts down her drink and then goes and sits in the Barca lounger. Yes. And she's like, I just didn't want to miss the fight. And
what happened to you guys?
Yeah, to their credit, Rachel and Ross hammer it out fairly quickly with everybody understanding, okay, like mistakes were made. How do we fix this? Let's go about it. And Phoebe lets them know.
Yeah, she's like, what happened to you guys? It used to be like, we're on a break. We're not on a break. Now you just resolve the problem and walk away.
Which, by the way, goes to what we've been saying. Season 8 seems to be like a growth year where they've moved away from the mid-20s yelling at each other about the 18 pages front and back, all the way to, okay, thank you. Please do. Please fix this. And so we get the following scene, like you were starting to talk about, with Rachel showing up while Mona comes over.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, this is like just, again, Mona, girl, you should have seen the writing on the wall here. It's like, Rachel is kind of just super involved in Ross's life. And it's like, she's giving her pointers. She's saying like, oh, he was possessive and jealous and just could not let the little things go, but also kind and gentle and thoughtful. And she makes a comment about like him being a great kisser. And it's like, oh, you're too far, taking it too far. Rachel, I think Ross says something like, maybe don't touch me. Like, she starts like just kind of like
trying to date this woman.
Right, trying to date this woman. It's just not great. Really funny for us, but
I do
not a good look for her.
I do like when Rachel says, "Listen, Mona, we all have baggage. You must have baggage. Why else would you be single?" Like, not only trying to like messing with Ross, but like literally cracks on Mona for no reason whatsoever.
I know. This is too much. This is a lot. You gotta get out of here.
As Ross will say in the future, what was wrong with Mona? Nothing was wrong with Mona. Mona's fine. She has no problems. We all like Mona. That being said, she just has a
really bad picker. So.
Well, and maybe her red flag is not recognizing red flags. But
right.
To be fair, she decides at this moment to stick it out and give him a chance. Mm-hmm. And so maybe that would be enough to scare some people off. Maybe not. Depends who you are, I guess. But she did earlier in the episode talk about how she did like seeing Ross's semi-precious stones collection.
Listen, it's like on face value, it's like they seem to, not face value, I don't know. They both, on paper, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Ross and Mona are a great match, but timing is everything, right? And the timing could not be worse. And
the timing could not be worse because Ross is having a baby with Rachel.
Yes.
If that wasn't happening, it wouldn't be an issue.
But
I mean,
and if I was gonna say, if Rachel hadn't gone out with that guy from the soap, Ross probably wouldn't have even dated Mona.
It's plausible. Might be all this is Rachel's fault, is what you're saying.
I'm kind of blaming Rachel here. I don't know.
It's easy to do. She's had a lot of stuff go sideways here.
Yeah.
Well, now we're going to jump into our IMDb segment ratings portion of this podcast. I think I said that incorrectly, but it's okay. All the words came out just in a different order.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about our personal ratings of this episode, of both of these episodes, and your ratings as we find them on IMDb. Plus, we're going to talk about our favorite and least favorite characters. I will be honest with you. I like both of these episodes.
Oh yeah, me too.
But we'll start with characters, and I will be blunt about this.
Okay.
Ross is my favorite character, and Rachel is my least favorite character.
Same. We picked the same exact favorite and least favorite. Yeah. I feel like mine was kind of obvious as we're talking through these. Although maybe favorite not as much, but Rachel, I was just not really a fan of Rachel in these. She was really funny, but just oh my God. Between like, I feel like she could have not been so in Mona's face at the end there, or like just been so involved. I feel like she also just could have tried out or at least looked at the apartment that Ross got for her. I don't know.
Here's what I will say about Rachel. I wrote down Chandler, then I crossed him out. Then I wrote down Phoebe, crossed her out. Then I wrote down Eric, I crossed him out.
Eric.
And then I wrote down Rachel and I said, yeah, this feels right. And it's not, it's genuinely not because I disliked all of those people. I was having a hard time picking because I liked what all of them did. I really thought they all had great episodes. I thought Rachel was super funny in some moments, but I also felt like I had to pick somebody, and Rachel felt like the one who, just kind of let me down more. And maybe that's just because there was more stakes on the line for her versus Phoebe versus Chandler. But like it was in that context. I think she had some brilliantly funny stretches of these two episodes. But I also thought Chandler and Joey were really good. I thought Chandler with Monica with the maid, and then also after the stripper was gone, was good. I think I had Eric, but I thought, I can't pick Eric. He was only in one of the two episodes.
It was pretty brief.
I'm not going to do that. I had Phoebe because she did some weird stuff, but for the most part, I kind of can write off a lot of the weird stuff Phoebe does as her just being Phoebe. So, like,
and I liked her.
It lands on Rachel.
I liked her at the dinner with Dr. Green and Rachel. She just like threw Rachel right under the bus. I'm like, oh God. But
I also loved her sitting in the chair being like, what's the matter with you two? What were you used to be like? And then like, it's just, there were stretches. Now I did not love Phoebe's time with Eric in the first episode, which really put me in that spot with her.
Same. Yeah.
But at the same time, I found enough jokes there that it was worth being okay. That being said, Ross was a clear winner.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
If you give me that Ross scene with him and Mona and Dr. Green, there are no other people. That is one of the funniest things that I think when I think of Ross's best scenes, that's got to be top 10.
It's up there.
Just from pure
so
comedy.
Funny. Yes. It's just, again, I'll say it, pure classic Ross chaos. Without a doubt. I mean, he's just trying to juggle it all and hanging on a lot better than I think a lot of people would. But Ross, at a certain point, you just gotta, it's not working out here. I feel like he should have just let Mona go on her way too and not convinced her. So like, even though I'm giving a lot of grief to Mona.
No, we like
come
Mona.
on, Ross. Oh.
No, we like Mona. Okay. Which of these episodes was your favorite?
I think because of that scene that we're talking about just now, I did like the one with the stripper a little bit more. I gave that one an 8.7.
Okay.
But I still really liked the one with the stain, and I gave that one an 8.6.
Okay.
Or, well, I had an 8.5, 8.6. I'm sticking with 8.6.
Wait, 8 point what?
I'll do
6?
an 8.6. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's important that you make that differentiation because I made it an 8.5.
I was on the fence, but I like bumped it up a notch because I just really find both of those funny.
I've just settled on the fact that an 8.5 to me is just a solid Friends episode, which means usually there's something pretty good that I like in it. There might be something, okay, decent. There's probably at least one story that I'm not super thrilled about. And to me, that levels to about an 8.5. And so that would be,
the Ursula.
The Ursula one is the one that kind of drags it down a little. But at the same time, the Maid and Rachel and her story, I like both of those stories quite a bit. I could put it a little higher, but I'll leave it where it is. But I will say the one with the stripper, I definitely liked more. I will actually move it a little higher. I'll go to an 8.9. I'm not going to make it a 9, but that moment with Ross.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Whenever an episode is going to have like that nostalgic blast moment to me, that's also funny, that can make me literally laugh out loud.
Yeah.
When I am watching it for the 15th time, I'm good. Like that's high up on the list.
All right, you know what? Move mine up to an 8.8. I'll do an 8.8.
Right. 8.8 it is.
I feel like it's at least 2 notches above the one with the stain.
Okay.
All right, let's do that. All right, I'm locked in.
Well,
I'm locked in.
Here are the IMDb ratings for these two. The lower of the two is the one with the stain. The higher rated is the one with the stripper. So we'll start with the one with the stain. You give it an 8.6. I give it an 8.5. The people on IMDb have given it a 7.7.
What? Wow. Harsh.
I knew you would like that. People. That is a pretty harsh rating, but I will say, I think that Eric storyline drags it down.
I guess, man. But the other two are so funny, though. Like
I thought the other two were pretty good. The Maid.
Maybe, I could see where maybe the Maid storyline maybe lost some people, only because I will say the concept of Monica's house even needing a maid seems far-fetched, but I still found it funny. So,
the concept is far-fetched. The execution, though, was really good.
Yeah.
But the higher rated is the one with the stripper. I gave it an 8.9. You gave it an 8.8. IMDb has given it an 8.6. I'm happy with that.
Okay. All right. We're close enough where I'm not gonna yell. So okay.
No, I think any weirdness from that one is the idea that Monica decides to set up a post-marriage bachelor party. That's a little outrageous.
It doesn't really make any sense. Although also it's weird that we find out that Monica had a bachelorette party that we just never even heard about until this moment. So
yeah. You would think that we would have heard about that.
We would have heard about it. It would have come up.
Well, thank you so much for listening to the We Run on Reruns podcast. Please check out our socials, Instagram, YouTube, wherever else you can find us, and subscribe, like, repost, and whatever else you like to do with all your social media stuff, share it to your friends. We love all that stuff. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you finding us there and also finding us on our Patreon at We Run On Reruns. Thank you so much to those of you who have found us there. If you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever other podcast player you found us on, please give us 5 stars. That helps us, move up the algorithm and people can find us a little bit easier the more reviews we get. So thank you to all of you who have found us there and have given us a 5-star rating. We appreciate you as well. And as we move, we are now in the point where we're changing our next show. So if you've been following along with our Stranger Things episodes, awesome. Thank you so much. If you haven't been listening to those, because that's not your cup of tea, we are going to be switching Stranger Things, because now we've completed that whole series, to The Big Bang Theory. And I believe the next podcast after this one that you will hear, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's the next one.
I think that's
will be our first episode of The Big Bang Theory. So feel free to find us there. If you like that show and you want to tune in, we would greatly appreciate you. So if you are checking us out there, our first 2 episodes of The Big Bang Theory will be posted. And of course, you can continue listening to our Friends episodes, where next week we will be talking about the one with the rumor and the one with Monica's boots. Happy rerunning, everybody.
See you later, guys.